The story opens on the peaceful trading world of Kepler 442b, home to the Valari species. The planet serves as a neutral meeting ground for dozens of alien civilizations. Captain Reth commands the orbital defense station that monitors all incoming ships. The Valari are a cautious species, having learned through centuries of careful diplomacy that the galaxy is filled with both friends and enemies. Their world has become prosperous precisely because they maintain strict protocols for first contact situations. On this particular day, the long-range sensors detect an anomaly. Something massive is approaching their system, but it doesn't match any known ship design in their databases. The vessel appears to be moving at incredible speeds, far beyond what most civilizations consider safe for interstellar travel. As the unknown ship gets closer, the station's advanced scanners begin picking up disturbing details. The vessel is enormous, easily 3 times larger than the biggest known warships. Its hull appears to be made of an unknown metal that seems to absorb sensor readings. Strange energy signatures pulse along its surface. Captain Reth immediately alerts the Galactic Council representatives on the planet below. The Council has detailed protocols for unknown contacts, developed over thousands of years of peaceful exploration. They've encountered hundreds of species, and each first contact has followed careful, established procedures. But this ship is different. It's not responding to any of the standard greeting frequencies used across the galaxy. It's not slowing down as it approaches the system. Most troubling of all, it's heading directly for their world without any attempt at communication. The planetary defense grid comes online for the first time in decades. Ancient weapon systems that were built as a precaution begin charging their power cells. The various alien ambassadors on the planet start sending urgent messages to their homeworlds. As the massive vessel finally enters orbit, it does something unexpected. Instead of taking a standard diplomatic position, it assumes what every military expert recognizes as an attack formation. The ship's weapons ports, and there are many of them, remain closed, but the vessel's positioning sends a clear message of dominance. Then, finally, a transmission comes through. The universal translator struggles with the language for several minutes before producing a rough translation. The voice is strange, unlike anything in their databases. It speaks with an odd rhythm and uses concepts that don't translate well. This is Captain Blake of the Earth vessel Defiance. We come seeking information about recent attacks on human colonies. We know someone in this system has answers. The transmission ends abruptly. No diplomatic greetings, no requests for permission to orbit, no acknowledgement of local authorities. Just a demand for information about attacks that no one on Kepler 442b has ever heard of. Captain Reth realizes they're facing their first truly unknown species. But these humans aren't following any recognized first contact protocols. They've arrived in a massive warship, taken an aggressive position, and made demands without proper introductions. The captain quickly reviews what little data they've gathered. The ship's technology appears to be both primitive and advanced in confusing ways. Some systems seem crude compared to galactic standards, while others appear impossibly sophisticated. Most concerning is the ship's obvious military design. Unlike the multipurpose vessels used by most species, this appears to be built solely for warfare. Its hull shows signs of recent battle damage, suggesting these humans have been fighting someone. As reports flood in from the planet's surface, panic begins to spread among the various alien representatives. Many species have encountered aggressive first contact situations before, and they rarely end well. Some begin quietly preparing evacuation plans. The Galactic Council's emergency protocols kick in. Messages are sent to the nearest peacekeeping fleets, but they're days away. For now, Kepler 442b is on its own with this unknown and potentially hostile species. Captain Reth makes a difficult decision. Against standard protocol, he opens a direct communication channel to the human vessel. The galaxy's peaceful expansion has been built on careful, measured first contacts. But these humans seem to operate by different rules. Human Vessel Defiance. This is Captain Reth of Kepler Defense Station. Welcome to our system. We are not familiar with the attacks you mention, but we are willing to discuss the matter through proper diplomatic channels. The response comes quickly, and the translator works better this time. The human voice sounds tired and frustrated. Captain Reth, we don't have time for diplomatic channels. 3 of our colonies have been destroyed in the past month. The attackers left your system's coordinates in our language, carved into the ruins. Someone here knows what happened to our people. As the transmission ends, Captain Reth realizes this first contact is unlike any in recorded history. These humans haven't come in peace or for trade. They've come for answers, and they're clearly prepared to fight to get them. Asterisk, the tension in the Kepler system grows thicker by the hour. Captain Reth has called an emergency meeting with all the alien ambassadors on the planet's surface. While the human warship Defiance maintains its aggressive orbit overhead, Ambassador Kell of the Thraxian Empire speaks first. His species has one of the galaxy's most advanced military forces, and even he seems concerned. This human vessel outguns our entire defensive fleet. If they decide to attack, we cannot stop them. The room falls silent. Kepler 442b, as always, relied on diplomacy and the galaxy's general respect for neutral worlds. They've never needed serious military protection before. Dr. Voss, the station's xenobiologist, presents her preliminary analysis of the humans. Their technology is inconsistent with known development patterns. Some systems appear centuries behind galactic standards, while others seem impossibly advanced. It's as if they developed in complete isolation. Meanwhile, aboard the Defiance, Captain Blake grows increasingly frustrated. His ship has been traveling for weeks, following the only lead they have about the attacks on human colonies. 3 entire worlds, millions of people, reduced to ash and rubble. Commander Torres, his second in office, reviews the tactical situation. Sir, the local defense systems are powering up. Nothing that could threaten us, but they're clearly preparing for a fight. Blake studies the orbital patterns of the various ships in the system. Dozens of different designs, representing species he's never heard of. Earth's first contact protocols assumed they'd meet one alien species at a time, not stumble into what appears to be a galactic community. Have we learned anything more about these coordinates found at the colony sites? Blake asks. The Xenolinguistics team believes they were carved by someone familiar with both our language and this system's location. But, sir, none of these species match the weapon signatures from the attacks. Down on the planet, panic begins spreading. Beyond the diplomatic district, news of the massive human warship has reached the general population. Many Valari remember old stories about the galaxy's darker periods, when aggressive species would conquer peaceful worlds. Captain Reth receives an urgent message from the Galactic Council's nearest peacekeeping fleet. Admiral Zen's transmission is brief and concerning. Captain, we're tracking similar human vessels moving through 3 other systems. They all appear to be searching for something. We're dispatching additional forces, but you need to buy us time. The implications hit Reth immediately. This isn't just one rogue human ship. It's a coordinated search operation by an unknown military force. The galaxy hasn't seen anything like this in centuries. Back aboard the Defiance, Blake makes a decision. That will change everything. Tired of waiting for proper diplomatic responses, he orders a full sensor sweep of every ship and station in the system. If someone here has information about the attacks, he's going to find it. The scanning begins immediately, and the reaction is swift. Every alien vessel in the system interprets the aggressive sensor sweeps as preparation for attack. Warning sirens begin blaring on the orbital station. Human vessel cease your scanning immediately. Captain Reth's voice carries real anger now. You are violating the sovereignty of dozens of species without permission. Blake's response shocks everyone listening. Captain, 3 human colonies, containing over 2 million people, have been destroyed. Someone in this system left our coordinates at the attack sites. I will scan every ship, every station, and every piece of debris until I find answers. The communication channels explode with activity. Ships begin moving to defensive positions. The various alien ambassadors start demanding military assistance from their home worlds. Some smaller vessels begin quietly leaving the system. Dr. Voss makes a disturbing discovery while analyzing the human transmissions. Captain Reth, I don't think they understand our governmental structure. They seem to believe one of us is responsible for the attacks, rather than considering that the real attackers might have used our coordinates to mislead them. The realization is terrifying. The humans aren't just aggressive, they're operating on incomplete information that's led them to the wrong conclusion. They've arrived as avengers, not explorers. Ambassador Kell contacts his fleet commanders. Prepare for possible combat operations. These humans appear to be technologically unpredictable and diplomatically inexperienced. They may attack based on false assumptions. As the situation deteriorates, Captain Blake receives a message that changes his perspective. His communications officer has been monitoring local transmissions and has made an unsettling discovery. Sir, these aliens have been talking about first contact protocols and galactic communities. I think we've stumbled into something much bigger than we realized. This isn't just another star system. It's some kind of galactic meeting place. The weight of the situation begins to dawn on Blake. Earth isn't making first contact with a single species. They've accidentally announced humanity's existence to what appears to be an entire galactic civilization, and they've done it by arriving in a warship making demands. Asterisk the standoff in the Kepler system reaches a critical point when Dr. Voss makes a breakthrough that changes everything. After hours of analyzing the weapon signatures from the destroyed human colonies, she discovers something that sends chills through the diplomatic community. Captain Reth, she announces over the emergency channel, the energy signatures from the human colony attacks match a species we know, the Devourers. The name alone causes panic among the alien ambassadors. The Devourers are a rogue faction that was banished from civilized space decades ago. They're known for destroying entire worlds and leaving false evidence to frame other species. Captain Blake, monitoring all transmissions from the Defiance, immediately requests clarification. What are these Devourers? And why would they frame your system for attacking our colonies? Ambassador Kell steps forward to explain, his usual diplomatic composure shaken. The Devourers are exiles, Captain Blake. They were cast out by the Galactic Council for crimes against entire civilizations. They survive by raiding isolated worlds and covering their tracks. The pieces begin falling into place for both sides. The Devourers, operating from hidden bases in dark space, had discovered humanity's expansion into their region. Rather than risk direct confrontation with Earth's military, they chose a more insidious approach. Dr. Voss presents her complete analysis. They attacked your colonies and deliberately left coordinates pointing to our system. They wanted humanity to blame us, hoping to either eliminate a neutral meeting ground or provoke a war that would weaken both our civilizations. Commander Torres, aboard the Defiance, reviews the tactical data. Sir, if these Devourers are as dangerous as the locals claim, our colonies were just the beginning. They're probably planning to use the chaos to attack more targets. The revelation transforms the entire situation. What began as humanity's angry search for justice becomes something much larger, a coordinated deception by enemies that neither side initially recognized. Captain Reth, realizing the implications, immediately begins sharing intelligence. Captain Blake, we have tracking data on known Devourer movements. If we combine our information with your recent colony attack data, we might be able to predict their next target. For the first time since arriving, Blake begins to see the aliens not as suspects, but as potential allies. His tactical officer brings up the colony attack patterns on the main display, while the Kepler station shares decades of Devourer behavioral analysis. The combined data reveals a disturbing pattern. The attacks on human colonies weren't random. They were testing humanity's response capabilities. The Devourers have been studying Earth's military technology and reaction times through these raids. Ambassador Kell makes a startling announcement. Captain Blake, according to our analysis, the next logical target isn't another human colony. It's Earth itself. The news hits the human crew like a physical blow. While they've been searching for answers like years from home, their enemies have been preparing to attack humanity's homeworld. Blake immediately orders his communications officer to send a priority message to Earth Command, but the distance means it will take days to arrive. The Defiance is too far away to return in time to help defend their home system. Dr. Voss offers an unexpected solution. Captain, our communication network spans the galaxy. We can relay your warning to Earth through our fastest channels. Your message could arrive in hours instead of days. It's an unprecedented offer of cooperation between species that have never met before. Blake hesitates for only a moment before accepting. The stakes are too high for diplomatic pride. As the emergency message races toward Earth through alien communication networks, Captain Reth makes another crucial offer. Captain Blake, the Galactic Council maintains a rapid response fleet for exactly these situations. If you're willing to share your tactical data on human defenses, we can coordinate a joint operation. The implications are staggering. Humanity's first contact with galactic civilization is happening in the middle of a crisis that threatens both sides. Instead of the careful, measured introduction Earth had always imagined, they're being forced into immediate military cooperation. Blake makes a command decision that will shape humanity's future relationship with the galaxy. Captain Reth, transmit your fleet coordinates to my ship. The Defiance will join your operation against the Devourers. Commander Torres raises the obvious concern. Sir, we're talking about military alliance with species we've never encountered before. Earth Command doesn't even know these aliens exist. Blake's response reflects the gravity of the situation. Commander, if we don't stop the Devourers now, Earth Command may not exist to debate the decision. Sometimes first contact doesn't happen the way you plan. As both fleets begin coordinating their approach, the misunderstanding that brought them together transforms into humanity's first interstellar alliance. The galaxy is about to witness what happens when human military capabilities combine with alien tactical knowledge against a common enemy. The joint operation against the Devourers begins with an unlikely partnership. Captain Blake finds himself working directly with species that Earth doesn't even know exist, coordinating military strategies across language barriers and completely different tactical philosophies. The combined fleet consists of the human warship Defiance, 3 Galactic Council patrol vessels, and the hastily retrofitted defense platforms from Kepler Station. It's not an impressive force compared to what the Devourers typically face, but it has one crucial advantage: complete surprise. Admiral Zen arrives with the Council's rapid response fleet just as the tactical planning begins. His experience with Devourer tactics proves invaluable as the mixed crews attempt to coordinate their different technologies and combat doctrines. The Devourers rely on fear and confusion. Admiral Zen explains through the universal translator. They expect their enemies to panic and fight defensively. They've never faced a coordinated response from multiple species working together. Captain Blake studies the fleet composition with growing respect for his new allies. Each alien vessel specializes in different aspects of warfare sensors, shields, speed, or firepower. Earth's approach of building multi-purpose warships is apparently unique in the galaxy. Commander Torres presents the human tactical analysis. Sir, our weapon systems are completely different from theirs, but potentially complementary. Their energy shields are designed to stop the types of weapons used by known galactic species. Our kinetic railguns might punch right through. The cultural differences become apparent during planning sessions. The alien species prefer consensus building and careful analysis, while the humans push for immediate action. Both approaches have merit, but time is running short. Dr. Voss, now serving as humanity's unofficial xeno-diplomat, helps bridge the communication gaps. Captain, their tactical patience isn't hesitation. It's learned from centuries of successful operations. We should listen to their experience. Meanwhile, Earth receives the warning message transmitted through alien networks. The response is swift and shocked. Admiral Chun of Earth Defense Command sends an encrypted reply that reaches the Defiance within hours. Captain Blake, your report about galactic civilization and imminent attack on Earth has been confirmed by deep space sensors. Massive unknown vessels are indeed approaching our system. You are authorized to take any action necessary to protect humanity, including military. Alliance with alien forces. The authorization transforms Blake's position from rogue captain to humanity's official representative to galactic civilization. It's a responsibility he never expected and isn't sure he's prepared for. The Joint Fleet's first engagement with Devourer scouts reveals the true nature of their enemy. The attackers aren't just raiders, they're using technology stripped from dozens of conquered civilizations. Their ships are patchworks of the galaxy's most advanced systems. No wonder they're so dangerous. Commander Torres observes his battle. Data streams across his displays. They're not limited to one species' technological approach. They adapt and combine everything they steal. The battle itself showcases the unexpected effectiveness of human-alien cooperation. The Council ships use their superior sensors and shields to protect the Defiance, while human railguns tear through. Devour defenses that were designed to stop. Energy weapons. Captain Reth, commanding the defense coordination from Kepler Station, watches the engagement with amazement. Their projectile weapons are incredibly primitive by our standards, but they're achieving results that our most advanced energy cannons cannot. The victory against the Scouts provides crucial intelligence about the main Devourer fleet heading toward Earth. The attackers are using a combination of stolen human navigation data and captured alien long-range sensors to plan their assault. Admiral Zen makes a strategic decision that surprises everyone. The main Council fleet is still days away, but we cannot wait. This mixed force must intercept the Devourers before they reach Earth. It may be the only chance to save both human and alien civilizations from their expansion. The implications are staggering. A hastily assembled fleet of former strangers must somehow defeat an enemy that has conquered dozens of worlds. The tactical challenges seem insurmountable. But Dr. Voss identifies a crucial advantage. The Devourers have never faced coordinated resistance from multiple species. Their whole strategy relies on isolating their targets and preventing cooperation. By working together, we're doing something they can't predict or counter. As the Joint Fleet races toward the intercept point, Captain Blake realizes that humanity's first contact with galactic civilization is being forged in the crucible of interstellar warfare. Win or lose, the relationship between Earth and the galaxy will be defined by this moment. Commander Torres prepares the final battle plans with his alien counterparts. Sir, in 6 hours we'll either be celebrating humanity's entry into galactic civilization as heroes, or we'll all be debris floating in space. Blake's response captures the moment perfectly. Commander, Sometimes the best first impressions are made under the worst circumstances. Let's show the galaxy what humans can do. Asterisk, the final battle takes place in the void between star systems, where the joint human-alien fleet intercepts the Devourer Armada heading toward Earth. The engagement will determine not just humanity's survival, but the future balance of power in the galaxy. Captain Blake stands on the bridge of the Defiance, surrounded by displays showing tactical data from a dozen different alien sensor technologies. The combined intelligence reveals the true scope of what they're facing, a fleet of over 30 Devourer vessels, each one a patchwork of stolen technology from conquered civilizations. Admiral Zen coordinates the overall strategy, while Captain Reth manages the complex logistics of keeping different species technologies working together. The universal translators struggle with the rapid exchange of tactical information, but somehow the mixed crews make it work. The battle begins with the Devourers employing their standard terror tactics, overwhelming firepower, designed to break enemy morale quickly. But they immediately encounter something they've never faced before: coordinated resistance from multiple species with completely different technological approaches. Human railguns punch through shields designed to stop energy weapons. Alien sensor networks track targets that human systems would miss. Council ships provide defensive screens, while the Defiance delivers devastating kinetic strikes that leave Devourer commanders scrambling to adapt. Commander Torres watches the tactical display with growing excitement. Sir, their formation is breaking down. They don't know how to counter our combined tactics because they've never seen anything like this before. The turning point comes when Dr. Voss makes a crucial observation. The Devourer fleet includes several vessels that appear to be constructed entirely from human technology ships built from the wreckage of the destroyed colonies. Captain Blake, she announces, those ships contain our own people's technology. If we can disable them instead of destroying them, we might recover valuable intelligence about other human settlements the Devourers have discovered. The tactical challenge becomes more complex as the human crew attempts to selectively target enemy vessels while protecting potential sources of information about other human colonies. It requires a level of precision that would be impossible without alien sensor assistance. Admiral Zen adapts the battle plan in real time, directing council ships to provide covering fire while the Defiance attempts surgical strikes on the hybrid vessels. The cooperation between species that met for the first time days ago reaches levels that military theorists would have considered impossible. The tide of battle turns decisively when the remaining Devourer commanders make a fatal error. Faced with resistance they cannot understand or predict, they attempt to retreat to their hidden bases, inadvertently revealing the locations they had kept secret for decades. Captain Reth's sensor network tracks the fleeing vessels, mapping jump coordinates that the Galactic Council has been trying to discover for years. Admiral Zen, we now have the locations of at least 4 major Devourer strongholds. This information could end their threat permanently. The battle's aftermath brings revelations that transform everyone's understanding of the situation. The captured Devourer vessels contain not just stolen human technology, but evidence of attacks on dozens of other isolated civilizations that the galaxy didn't even know existed. Dr. Voss leads the analysis of the recovered data. Captain, the Devourers have been systematically hunting for developing civilizations on the galaxy's edge. Humanity wasn't their only target. We were just the most recent. The implications reshape the entire galactic political landscape. Earth isn't just another species seeking membership in galactic civilization humanity represents. Dozens of other isolated civilizations that need protection from threats like the Devourers. Admiral Zen makes an unprecedented offer during the post-battle discussions. Captain Blake, the Galactic Council would like to propose full membership for humanity, along with a seat on the Security Committee responsible for protecting developing civilizations. It's an extraordinary honor for a species that made first contact less than a week ago. But the humans have proven themselves in the most demanding circumstances possible. Their tactical innovations and willingness to cooperate have already begun influencing galactic military doctrine. Captain Blake's response reflects both pride and humility. Admiral, humanity accepts the Council's offer, but we want to do more than just join your civilization. We want to help you reach out to those other isolated species before the Devourers find them. The story concludes with humanity's formal introduction to galactic civilization taking place not in diplomatic chambers, but in the command centers of a joint military operation that has already begun expanding to protect other vulnerable worlds. Commander Torres observes the final irony of their situation. Sir, we came looking for revenge and ended up becoming galactic peacekeepers. Earth Command is going to have a hard time believing any of this. Blake watches as human and alien crews work together to plan the next phase of operations against remaining Devourer strongholds. Commander, sometimes the best first contacts happen when both sides are fighting for something bigger than themselves. Humanity's mark on the galaxy has been made not through conquest or intimidation, but through courage, innovation, and an unexpected willingness to stand alongside strangers in defense of civilizations they've never met.